Uh-oh. It is 7:35.
Come get it straight from the chair. We ain't just talking about that. It feeds your mind, enrich your soul. Stick the noise high, lay down below, and get it straight from the chair.
All right, all right. It is 7:35, and guess what time it is? Time to talk with Crystal Gresham Giles straight from the chair. Tonight is, I'm gonna try my best not to be emotional tonight. Get this good makeup going and really give someone their flowers today. I'm not sure, like y'all, I've been in this business for about almost 25, like about 25 years, and a little bit over 25 years if you count the times when I really wasn't licensed. But um, I have been on this journey of being in a salon and finding people to assist you for years. I love what I do, so working with me can be quite hard and difficult. Now, granted, I had to learn how to be a leader. I had to be criticized. I had to be told that you don't have to be a pit bull every 5 seconds. I had to learn how to work well with others. That's probably why I don't work corporate as much because, yeah, it took me a while to learn that. But as I opened up my own salon, I went through a journey of learning that everybody's expectation is not like mine, and that doesn't make them wrong or right. Um, but it didn't mean that I had to dim down my expectations of what greatness should look like. When I opened up this salon, I wanted people to have an experience that you don't have to go to another side of town or you don't have to be another color to experience greatness. Like I didn't want a shop. I didn't want a beauty shop. I wanted a salon. I wanted people to have an experience when they came in, and that's what I created. And through the years, I probably projected that in ways that I should have, yeah, like I should have dummy down a little bit. Well, not dummy down a little bit. I shouldn't have been so aggressive. But I take my criticisms. I've learned. I've gotten so much better. I've had about in July to be 9 years that I've been here, and 25 years and 9 years here. I've probably had about 11 or 12 assistants, if I'm not mistaken, probably around that many. And I've had some great people to really assist me. Understand assisting me is a true job. It's a real job. It's not just you coming in shampooing hair. Now, have I had people to come and just shampoo hair? Yes, because I needed them at the time. But ultimately, my goal has always been to create mini me's, create an environment for stylists who really wanted to be stylists to excel in this business, to understand that it was a business, to understand that you can be great in this business, to understand how lucrative this business is and how great you can be in it. So many people think that we really just do hair. And that's just like, if you've really ever sat in your stylist chair and never get a true experience, like you haven't built a relationship that you just refuse to go to anybody else, until you have that kind of feeling, then you will never understand the importance of a hairstylist. And if you think that we just still do hair, then think again. Like, we are a part of your everyday life. And this is when I teach stylists about their value, about their worth and who they are. When you wake up in the morning, guess who you see? Me. When you go to sleep at night, guess who you struggle with or not? Me. When people see you, the first thing they see is probably your teeth, your face, and your hair. I'm always present. I'm always there. So I have to make sure that I give you what you need to be able to live life every day. The value of getting your hair done doesn't just affect your outside, it also affects the inner person. You look good, you feel good. So I got a job to do. I have to give you an experience so that when you walk, you look good, you feel good, and guess what? You're going to attract more clients to come to me. Now that I'm in, what year I say, 25, something like that, of doing hair, I'm still taking some clients, but that's not my journey. I'm going down, no, not downtown now. That song didn't go right. I was all off cue with that one. But I'm going the opposite way out the industry. 25 years, 55 is my max. It might be 50, but that's only 4 more years. So we're going to see. But during this time, I have been blessed. Y'all, when I tell you blessed over this last year, I was struggling. I know I've talked about it just a little bit about my depression and when the salon closed down and how I just got deep into shutdown mode. I was lost. I was lost. I really wanted to give up on the industry and just working, period. I just wanted to do something different. But God, when I tell you, I realized it wasn't my ending time. And he made sure that I knew it wasn't my ending time because he truly blessed me with an angel. And I knew this young lady was going to be my assistant the day that she was late for her interview. I know y'all like, what? You accepted somebody who was late? So mind you, I had been interviewing for about 2 or 3 weeks, had some good people. I thought, just really thought that I was getting ready to get back into it. And the one little girl that I thought, the one young lady that I thought that was going to be my assistant, at the last minute, she wrote me this long email and said that she couldn't do it. And I got another DM, and this young lady asked me, because she sent me her resume, she was looking to be an assistant. And I was like, all right, Lord, this is my last time. Like, it's just going to either have to be this or I'm done. I'm going to have to figure something out. I'll do like 5 people a day and whatever comes from that, whatever. So this young lady, I'm sitting outside, I pull up, I get a phone call. And this young lady is like, hi, Miss Crystal, this is such and such, and I am running late. So, you know, my whole thing just like flared. Yeah. Like, oh, you know, my pet peeve, y'all, is running late. Like, on time is late. Isn't that what they say? So anyway, she proceeds to say, my son, my 3-year-old, my son, and my boyfriend was in a car wreck. I had to stop to make sure my son was okay, but I'm only 5 minutes away. You still coming and your son was in a car wreck? Oh, you only 5 minutes away and your son was in, like, my whole, God like took that energy that I had of frustration and turned it around so quick. Like, because over time, people, when they're your assistant and they have kids, it's like the value of their kids don't value nothing that you've been through, nothing that you've done. No, ain't nobody else in this industry ever had kids and had to adapt to having a kid in situations. But this young lady told me she was still coming to the interview after her son was in a car wreck. I was like, oh, she's hired, she's hired, she's hired. So when she comes in, she interviews very well. I have a 3-part interview. I have an over the phone interview. I have an in-person interview, and then I have a shadow interview. And that just, you know, you get to know a person over the phone. You see if they're quality enough to come in. They come in, you get to talk to them face to face. And, you know, this is when masks was so prevalent. And I was like, sweetie, I'm going to sit over here, but I'm going to need you to take the mask off because I can't see these people. Y'all don't even know what these people look like with masks on. I'm like, I can't have her working beside me. I ain't never seen her before. So she took her mask off, and I'm like, oh, she's beautiful. And her energy, y'all, was absolutely amazing. So at this time, I was letting my business partner interview the assistants because they had to work with the whole salon and barbershop. So I was like getting his input because he knows how to hire, i.e. the staff is, the salon and barbershop is full. So I was like, I like his input. Let me see what he says. So he was interviewing her, and I'm texting him like, how you like her spirit? And he's texting me at the same time like, God, her spirit is off the chain. So we both looking like, oh, she's hired. Because it was like simultaneously like really saying this woman was amazing. So I realized in March was the day that she started. And I'm still confused on what day you actually started. I think it was the 10th, 9th, 10th, something around that time. We was trying to figure out her exact date. But what I didn't know that earlier this week was employee appreciation, and God just puts everything in timing. So today I want to present to the world. I don't think I've never really kind of posted her or said anything, because I wanted this month to be all about this young lady who has came and made life for me that much easier in the salon industry. So I want to present to you all and introduce to some of y'all that never met her before, but my assistant, Miss Kayla Green. Come on in and get your flowers, lady, y'all. Look how cute she look. Look at her. Look at all cute. She looks so cute. This is my sweetie pie. Y'all say hey to Kayla. Wave. Hey, Whitney. Who else is on there? Naya. Hey, Mimi. We played your song this morning. Oh, they love you, Kayla. Let me tell y'all already know about Kayla. So Whitney is one of my go-to clients when she's always talking about, so who's getting fired today, Miss Crystal? Oh yeah, Whitney is that client. Whitney is definitely that client. She stays abreast of me, her sister, her mom. They like let me know who is perfect and who's like not doing well. But Kayla came in, and what people have to understand is I have a system that I've created, and I can literally take anybody and put them into that system and make it work if they are willing to make it work. Now, how successful that system is, it's about the person that does the job. It's about the person that does the job. And let me tell you, Kayla has knocked the ball out the park. Oh. You can't cry, Kayla. You're so cute, girl. I told you I was kind of emotional time, but I am so excited to sit and talk to Kayla and let Kayla talk to y'all. She was kind of nervous, but she was like, came in. I'm like, it's just me and you talking to our clients and other people about her journey here at Gresham Giles Salon. We're just gonna go with some questions about how she felt about being an assistant in the beginning, and we're just gonna go from there. So I want to introduce y'all, Kayla. Hi. Tell them about yourself, Kayla.
Well, I'm born and raised in Atlanta, the real Atlanta.
The real Atlanta. We ain't gonna go there, Kayla. We're gonna stay right here.
I started cosmetology in high school. I did the dual enrollment with that, and then I went to college for 4 years. For 4 years, I was like, yeah, this is not it. I went for nursing. I'm like, I don't want to do this. But I was doing hair throughout the whole time in college.
Okay.
And then I'm like, well, I should give it a try. Go to cosmetology school. I get only to get my license out. Like that was the only reason I would go. I didn't want to go for nothing else. I ain't had no reason to go. So I went because I couldn't get a suite without the business license.
Oh, you was focusing on getting a suite.
I was supposed to get
that's
so,
you can't get a suite
without no cosmetology license.
See, a lot of this journey now that the younger generation is doing is going to school, and they're so excited about the suites. I love the suites. It's another stream of income that people can really bank on. if you're an established person and you just really, your clients like that's one-on-one, it's a awesome opportunity on both levels to look into suites. But for me to tell a young person directly out of school to go and invest your money in a suite, and you got all the competition in one building, that's just like throwing them out there and saying, yeah, go fail. Go fail. If I could teach any young lady coming out of school, I wouldn't say everybody don't have to be an assistant. Because some people will go to school just to get their license because they already got a clientele. Let's just keep that 100. But when you're first coming out and you really don't have a clientele, if you're not working in a salon that's commissioned where they're feeding you constant clients and you have a skill level that's above, to be an assistant, now, you can't just be an assistant to anybody. Like I said earlier, if you just somewhere and they got you just shampooing, that's a little different. But do you feel like you were just a shampoo girl at Gresham Jaw Salon?
No. It was completely different. Like what I was taught what an assistant would do is similar to just a shampoo girl.
Right.
But being here was completely different. Like you're not no shampoo girl. You're like
Tell them, Kayla. Tell them. Elaborate a little bit.
you're a stylist. Like you start off with the client, you greet them, make them feel comfortable, speak with them, you give them a mini consultation, and you take them to the shampoo bowl. You're dealing with the client at the shampoo bowl, then you're freestyling in your chair. And then once the client is finished with freestyling, you send them to Miss Crystal. The client is with me 75% of the time. That's not a shampoo girl.
So, like, okay, so over the years, I've heard like a lot of people, a little talk that the assistants feel like they do all the work. And I told Kayla one day, I said, let me pull you to the side, Kayla, let's talk. I said, I know you feel like you do a lot. Kayla got to wash the towels, hang up the smocks, sweep, do shampoo the client, mold the clients, greet the clients. She has a lot to do. But mind you, when she gets ready to get her own clientele, guess who has to do all of that? Nobody gets to do that but her. So what better way to learn it in the beginning so that you're used to that, and now all you have to worry about is the styling, which is the part that brings people back to you. Because you still have to learn how to style hair. You can't just give great customer service. But if you learn that on the way up, if you learn what Kayla has learned, like Kayla greets the clients on another level than I've ever had an assistant greet clients. Kayla actually invented the pre-consultation. I give a consultation to every new client, but this wonderful woman here has created the pre-consultation. What is consist of the pre-consultation, Kayla?
So I will ask the client if they're a returning client, like how's everything up? Is there anything different from the last time? Any changes? Because like they want to change anything if they want to. And we'll follow up on conversations that we had either in my chair or either in the bowl. And I just let me speak to them.
That's it. She comes over. Kayla comes and gives me the 411 on the client. Like everything. And I'm gonna tell y'all, Kayla gives me the 411 on where they been. I'm like, Kayla, where did they go the last time? What trip were they on? Because see, I got to remember, because you want to stay engaged with your client, but a little memory over 46, it's a lot to remember. So I keep this young lady beside me that can remember like everybody's thing, but all the clients is like, wow, this young lady remembers everything. She definitely has the customer service where she is listening to the client. And so during the pre-consultation, she'll come back to me and say, hey, Miss Crystal, these are my recommendations. Now, how does Kayla get to learn how to give recommendations? She was taught what each product was used for. She was taught how to examine the client's head. She was taught how to feel hair and what's the difference in the hair and what shampoos should be used. She was taught that. Those are the things that a stylist needs to do with the assistant. Like you just can't have somebody come in to shampoo without giving them instructions on what they're actually doing. But the best thing about Kayla Kayla was able to learn on the job training as we went. And she was receptive of all the knowledge, like even in between a client, because I'm good for stopping stylists or assistants in the middle of a client and say, hey, what we doing? Now the assistant is like, oh, what did I do wrong? I'm like, you do nothing wrong. I'm asking you, what did you do? Because what I need to know is that you have the confidence to handle the client. And when you have the confidence to handle the client, that reassures me that you're great, but it also reassures the client. And let's see. Thank you for grooming this young lady. This is beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Like, this has been my goal. If I have had a goal. You're awesome, Kayla, but don't remind us that you were born when we graduated again. Girl, listen. Naya, so we have some people on that we all graduated in the class of 1994. Kayla was born in 1994, so we realized that Kayla will be 28, and we're at 28 years out of high school. Yeah, so Kayla keeps us on our toes, reminding us that we are nice and young still, and we're great at what we do.
Yeah, beautiful.
But yes, like to groom these young ladies, excuse me, that has always been my goal, is to help young ladies become better in this industry. I wrote a post the other day and say, I don't just do hair, I give an experience. And with that, Kayla definitely knows how to deliver that experience. Gresham Giles doesn't just have the word experience at the end of the brand just because. It's truly an experience. And I can pop my collar and say that it is, and she adds to that. When you see being in Gresham Giles and you see the experience, what do you love about the experience?
This is like very homey. It's not your typical salon, like not the salon that I grew up in. It's completely different.
What's different about the salon you grew up in?
Ooh, it was more like everybody was like catty, wasn't like teamwork, stand alone. It's like more family oriented, and you're more into the client. Like,
you like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is muscadine, y'all. It was just a breakthrough because my mouth got a little dry, so I was like, well, why not try the wine? And this is, I think we aired on the first or second show. This is the muscadine wine. So we are trying muscadine wine tonight, and you like it, Kayla? Yes. Okay, so now back to, you said, it wasn't catty and stuff like.
It's not catty. It's not like every man is for themselves. You're not in here all day. I'm like, and it's just like that. Was trying to vibe, like feed off of each other and stuff like that. Like community. Like I always say, like when I was, I don't know, working the next one, y'all. I promise y'all.
Did y'all hear that?
I said I did not want to.
I get it, Kayla.
I grew up with, like, it's completely different.
I get it. Yeah, and it's that stigmatism that people have. I don't want to work in a black salon because you want quality. And that's what I've always wanted to give. And merging with the barbershop, I had to make that clear. Like, I don't want my clients to feel uncomfortable because they do have to walk through the barbershop to get back here. And the way that, like, any woman that comes in here, they'll tell you they don't even feel that. Like, it is such a great mode in here. Like, the mood is just amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. I've heard that from the time that I opened up, which will be 9 years in July. Woo, 9 years, Lord Jesus. But people have always told me, it was like when you walk in, the atmosphere is just something, like you can feel it. And we could definitely feel when people weren't supposed to be in here. Like they needed to get eliminated real quick. And God made that happen. Like a lot of times we didn't have to fight or anything. And some people just did not belong and they had to eliminate themselves real quick. But Kayla, you said you didn't want to be in a black salon. So what made you go and look to be in a, okay, so let's back up. You said you wanted to go and get a suite. You wanted license to go get a suite.
Right.
You went to cosmetology school. You learned that you didn't want to be in the black salon. So then tell me about your thought process.
So I kept saying, I don't want to be an assistant. You cannot tell me you convey me to be an assistant. I just know I don't want to be an assistant. I don't need to be no assistant. Like I was so big headed, and I said I don't need to be an assistant. Why I need to be an assistant? Like I had consistent clientele. Like I had everything to have a suite. I just needed somewhere to do hair because I didn't want to do it at home. But yeah, went from there and I was like, well, I applied to this. Like I had my head set on. Well, I had my mind set on going to this one specific salon, and I didn't do so bad. So I was so mad. Like I was so I'm like, why? Like why can't I work here? And I'm like, I'm so much better than her. Like why? I had all the recommendations and everything. I just didn't understand why I didn't get the job.
Wow.
But after that, I was like, okay, let me go back to the drawing board. So I'm gonna give myself a week, go back to the drawing board, and I was just posting. And I was like, I kept going into communications with the people at the school, and she was like, just go on Instagram. We're gonna be posting. We're gonna be posting. We're gonna do another job fair. So they did another job fair, and they did a virtual one. So that's when I seen your post, and I DM'd you. I was like, let me give it a chance. I was like, well, maybe I need to be an assistant. Maybe it's telling me to be an assistant. And I'm like, I don't know why, like, why I gotta be an assistant? Like, I don't understand. I was like, maybe it's in God's plan. So, as soon as God's plan for me to be an assistant, y'all, because it's the best decision I ever made.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, it's like one of the best decisions I ever made. Like, it was either this or work for the state of Georgia. And it was a good job. But I had to think, why go work for something, for someone else to do something that I didn't want to do?
Wow.
Like, I really didn't want to do that. So I'm like, well, I'm going to be an assistant. I'm being an assistant for a year. Like, I'm going to be good. Like, I was going to be good. You're going to be good, girl. I'm like, I just telling you, like, I'm going to do it. I sent your DM.
You did?
I spoke to you, and then you sent the address, and I was like, let me go drive out and see where it's at.
Oh, you did? You did a drive by?
I drove
Hey, you better go check it out. Let me tell y'all.
And then I was on the Instagram page, and I'm like, okay, she just cut color. And I did say, if I was to be an assistant or did anything like a trainer or apprenticeship, they had to cut in color because that is something that I'm in love with.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, she could cut good. Maybe this will work out. So it did. It worked out very well.
It
like,
did.
Very well.
It has. We have meshed together so well. Like, you have come in and really showed out. I think, like, what gets me about Kayla is I don't have to do a lot of holding hand and guiding. She has really spoiled me on that because y'all know what? When you talk about somebody who asks questions,
I'm gonna ask her.
oh honey, baby, if you're not that stylist that want to ask or teach, don't hire Kayla because she gonna ask you questions. She gonna ask questions about everything to the point where I had to say, "Come, let me put you to the side. You can't ask all these questions in front of the clients. There's a time and place to answer the question. So you got to learn my eye contact. So, I'm mama and I speak with my eyes. So she learned that real quick. she look at me, I be like, okay. She like, oh, okay. I'm like, not yet. Don't ask that. Mainly because as stylists behind, when we're doing things, we're thinking and doing things totally different. And y'all as clients, y'all hear one thing and y'all run with it. So I'm teaching her, like, some things you just don't say in front of the clients because they take it in, they're in la la land with it, and we're right here at the surface. Like, even to the simple point of saying, oh, we don't have that. In the client head, that means we can't, it's going to be wrong. It's not going to be what they want. But I'm teaching Kayla that we don't have that specific color, but I'm gonna show you how to make it. And you're talking about putting my formulas in everything. That girl keeps the formula. I mean, we've kept formulas, but she keeps them out. Like if I'm toning, how many grams did you use of that, Miss Crystal? Okay, let's remember, because she keeps me right on point. So if y'all, I'm telling y'all, at stylists, if y'all don't have a great assistant, man, we have got to get back into teaching the younger generation, even if your assistant is not young, but just teaching your assistant the purpose of the products, the purpose of their job, the value of their job in assisting you. Like, this young lady has helped me tremendously. I have to give her flowers, because if anybody knows, y'all, we only come in the salon 3 days a week. We only here 3 days a week. And when I tell you, in these 3 days, I think I told Kayla this, in the 3 days that in the 1 year, yeah, because it's been a year, that I've only been working 3 days. Yeah, because I think just a little bit before you came, I dropped because I was in school. But in 3 days, y'all, I've made more money than I made working 6, 7, all the days that I've worked with this young lady right here. And let me tell you what I found out that comes from too. Energy. I could really go back and look at some of the times when certain people were helping me. Their energy level was not at the level that I needed, so it didn't attract greatness to come. But this young lady, y'all, last year, at the end of this year, I did my numbers on new clients. Now, I told y'all I'm really not trying to take new clients, but new clients for the year 2021, we had 148 new clients. And we got receipts for that. That ain't no makeup. We got a system. And that's the only reason I know that number, is because we have a system. And to have 148 new clients, stylists know, like, that's a lot in 1 year. But it's the energy that was put out. The energy that was put out was to bring great people in. And then when you have that right there, and the energy that we have together, like, have we ever bumped heads? I don't think so. Never. Have we ever gotten into it? We've ever said anything? I didn't even disagree on anything. Oh my God. Cheers. Oh my God. 1 year of no disagreements with no assistant. Oh Lord Jesus. Hallelujah. 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 Y'all, like, yeah, if only stylists right now really understand what I'm talking about. Like, to be able to have this energy. And don't get me wrong, Kayla has done some things where I had to correct her, and she's had to say, Miss Crystal, well, I don't do it that way. Well, Miss Crystal, but that didn't mean we had to fall out because we didn't agree on what was saying at the time. That was just, okay, you're going to do it this way, but oh, wait. And then Kayla is very receptive. Why, Kayla, are you so receptive of correction? Say that a little bit louder. You know, y'all, she speaks soft. She really needs to, people really need to understand.
It's more than one way to do something, and just because you do it one way and I do another, my way, baby, incorrect. And let me just say, like, remember when we did the blow dry?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was the best at doing the blow dry and silk press at school, okay?
You was the best at doing what?
Blow dry and silk press at school.
Silk presses.
But, yeah. My blow dry was horrible compared to the sister. She said, why you take me so long? Why is it so poofy? I was like, it's right. It's just like, no, but it was, once I mastered it, y'all, 15 minutes left.
Yes. Let me tell y'all. And she was receptive to it because, like she said, it wasn't a cockiness though, but it was a confidence that she knew what she was doing when she was blow drying. She had it. She had it. And I was like, so let me show you something. And I even let her show me. I said, show me what you do. Because I know that I can learn from other people. I know that I can still learn, and I'm open to learning. But I also know what I know. I also know my worth and I know my value and I know my strength. And blow drying, I learned that just about 10, 11 years ago, not even long. And I took it to another level. I learned, and you're only as great as your tools are. So she's also seen that the blow dryers that she have, they do an amazing job. And I can do an amazing job with them. But once you get the value of the blow dryer that I have, baby, that thing is something different. That thing is really something different. So now you're here at Gresham Giles, you're learning. What do you like about the clients?
I learned a lot from the clients, believe it or not.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I learned a lot. Especially from like the day to day. As well as like they working. It's good networking. Like you never know who is in the chair. And you never know who they may know. Atlanta is small. You just never know who it's who and who may know who. And I learned a lot. I more so learned a lot of growing up, different perspectives of things, especially life learning lessons. You're like, oh, I never would have thought about it like that. But you get to hear from somebody else.
Yeah, you do. I put my clientele up against anybody. I have some amazing women, and Kayla is finding that out. I have a lot of quiet storms. I like to call them. I don't know if they know that that's what I call them. I call them my quiet storms because they don't have to do all this. I'm just gonna say it. This fake Atlanta stuff. They don't have to portray all this fake Atlanta stuff. We don't have to dress up over the top, But they sit their bags over here to the side, and I'm like, yeah. They have some nice, but it's not. I got to tell everybody about my bag, like their bag or their shoes or whatever speaks for themselves, but their attitude and the way they carry themselves. Like my clientele, I told Kayla, I have a clientele that needs my service. I don't have a clientele that's trying to come and learn and do it on YouTube and do everything. That's not my clientele. My clientele wants me to do what I do for them. That's what I do. I give a service, and they're appreciative to the service that's given. So they love when the assistant is a part of that service, like to make the service even better. So what would you say that you've learned with a consistent clientele, with the type of clientele that we have?
Everything is like predictable. Like their hair is like predictable.
Yes.
But very slim chances that they will change it.
Yes.
But it's predictable.
Yes.
And they have, I'm not gonna say they have a look. They want their look. They have a certain look that they have to have.
And that's a better way of putting it. And when we talk, I was telling her, like, the best thing about having a consistent clientele is that the work doesn't become extremely hard. But when they want something different, you get to get that excitement and joy. But the consistency that they have of wanting to come in on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis and make sure that they look presentable for their jobs, we don't have to do a whole lot of second guessing of what we're doing. We can do a lot of people and be consistent with what they do. Like even with their colors. Like we know what color they're going to get. When they come in and want something different, then that's when Kayla looks at me. Kayla look at me with a smile when they want something different because she know I'm going to cut up. Like, give me something to do. I like going outside the box, but I also love coming to work and being consistent. I like that too because it makes our day go better. We can time it. We know exactly what we're going to do. We know what time we're going to get out. We can really time it. But, when we are throwing those ranches in the fire, we're not shaking. We like excited. Yeah, it's like, get the camera out. Let's see what we're getting ready to do. Yeah. Oh, we did. We did a haircut. We did a haircut the other day, y'all. I think she tagged me in it. It was a great haircut, and it took longer than what our average time was, but it was that flawless. Like, and it's still, you got to go outside, you got to take pictures, you got to do a photo shoot. You know, that's what we do. And I have an assistant that helped me with that. She makes sure, and she makes the people feel good too. She makes those people feel good. So during the pre consult, does she find out about the new color? Oh yeah, yeah. She finds out their desires. She finds out their past history. She um, she finds out what happened if they were new. How did they like their hair? What happened? What did they desire something different? If they're the same client, she asks them like if you have anything different going on. You know, we have clients because we have relationships with them. So if they have surgery, you know, there are certain things that we have to do. If they've been sick with COVID because we haven't seen them, there's certain procedures that we have to do. And then she brings them to the chair and she examines the scalp because the scalp is very important. I think she's learned that over time. What's one of your favorite things to do to the scalp?
You like so like I didn't even know just like working out. But yes, you do. It's out there. Most people think just like with a regular detox, oh, it's just dandruff. It's way deeper than that. It's way deeper than it's too dangerous. No.
Education, y'all. Education. Teaching the youth of tomorrow. Teaching the youth of tomorrow. And getting her excited about this industry. That's like the biggest thing is getting her excited about the industry, showing her like it's not a secret what we make. It's not a secret. I make sure I give her that energy so that she knows how great she can be in this industry. And I believe in the slingshot. I'm here to pull her back so she can go further than me. That's the job. That's what we're supposed to do. I'm going to power pull her further than me. So we got some things we working on too. I mean, Kayla is not just gonna sit here and be an assistant or just a stylist. We getting ready to rock and roll a little bit further than that. Um, you always had a great one. You always had. I always have to get. Oh yeah, you always got to get a detox, Whitney, because Whitney, the detoxes come from a lot of people who have protective styles. Does it feel good, Whitney? Steam flowing down my back. It makes a huge difference. Yeah, you get a little light facial, the steam from the hydration machine, get a little light facial, you know, may get a little water down your back. Oh well, just a little extra exfoliation to the skin. Yes.
Has this fueled your passion for the industry? Has this fueled your passion for the industry? This is from Kim Anderson.
It has actually brightened it because I was so stuck on just doing extensions, doing colors, and that's it. Like, it opened a whole new y'all. I didn't even know how to mow hair, okay? I didn't know how to mow hair. I don't know. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
She did. She did.
But it has opened up so many doors and just the outlook of it. Like, I even changed my whole clientele. Like, I didn't know what kind of clientele I was. It's just like, well, you don't know. I'm like, you know, I don't know what I want to specialize in. So yes, there has. I even like to do pixies now. I'm still learning.
Yes.
But it has broadened my horizons, even with relaxers. Y'all do not do relaxers. I mean, Miss Crystal.
Well, she just did mine yesterday. Yes, she just did mine yesterday. Yes, as much natural hair that I do, that's not my lane. Not for me. And look, when she was doing my hair yesterday, because everybody wants to know how thick my hair is, she kept saying, Miss Crystal, like your hair feel like it keeps growing every time I put the relax on it, y'all. It was huge and it gets bigger and bigger. And I've truly, truly been blessed that my mom has thick hair, my grandmother had thick hair, and I had thick hair on both sides of my family, my father and my mother. So I'm truly blessed. So natural hair for me is just, it's a lot to take care of. Y'all have to do a lot for natural hair. I have to teach my clients a lot for natural hair. It's just not as easy. For me, with the relaxer, it's just more easy and manageable for my lifestyle. That's all. Like, this is what I like to do, y'all. I'm gonna take this. When I go home tonight, I'm gonna take this one part off my face and go to the side, and this is gonna be all she wrote for the rest of the night. Then tomorrow, I'm gonna do just like this. See that is what I do. But don't get it twisted, because my natural clients can do this too, because we make sure that they look like that. Ask the last one I just cut. She was looking cute today. Let's see. I love, as someone with eczema on the scalp, how do y'all go about making them feel comfortable? I've been to a lot of stylists that have made me feel uncomfortable. So the eczema is definitely what we focus on with the scalp detox. We don't point out exactly what it is, because we're not here to be the doctors to tell you exactly what it is, but we do have products that really work well on different scalp conditions. So with that being said, in your consultation, if you tell us that you have eczema, we'll know what to look for on the scalp. And even if that goes above what Kayla knows, she'll say, Miss Crystal, this client says she has eczema. So what do you think she do? So that's that pre-consultation. Then she'll come to me, and then I'll come to you, and I'll see, I know what flares eczema. I have eczema. So first thing I'm asking, you stressed about something? Because the older you get, eczema is flared by stress. And then we'll just see, where your lifestyle is, because a lot of things starts with just your lifestyle and different things that's happening in your life. But never once do we make people feel uncomfortable and letting them know about their scalp disorder. No, or skin disorder. Never. You have eczema? Yeah. See, I think it's more common than people realize. As a matter of fact, I was breaking out right here not too long ago, and we have a product that we put on the scalp that I put on my arm that makes it work. So stay tuned for that part. We're just gonna keep on where we're going though. Yeah, so having someone like Kayla besides me encourages me and puts me back into the energy of wanting to teach, to get back out there. So with that, I'm going to bring Kayla along with me with teaching, because I think Kayla has a nick with teaching how to be an assistant. And we've talked a little bit about that, and we're going to keep on that conversation, because in this industry, as the world is changing and getting more virtual, I want Kayla to understand it's just not about having, because her ultimate goal is to have her own salon. But we have to help make sure Kayla is being guided into this new world, a virtual world, and how can she, what's the word I was trying to think of? How can she maximize her journey into doing hair and being a hairstylist, a boss, a master cosmetologist, or a salon owner? I think class curriculum or giving some kind of class would be great for her, because when I tell you she has mastered assistant, that's why I put she's a master cosmetology and a master assistant. That's not even a name, but we're gonna come up with that. That's gonna be on the state board. Don't sleep on Kayla Watch. What techniques, treatments are available for women who are balding? So with balding comes a lot of conversation. The older we get as women, those are things that happen. The name of it is male pattern baldness. Why they named it male pattern baldness? Because I think it's more visible in male. I'm not sure of exactly why they call it male pattern baldness, but it happens in both male and female. You get the thinning in the top, you get the thinning right here, and all of your hair is usually right here around the back. I always use George Jefferson as an example because he's more vivid. So you have hair here that's very vivid. Then you get the thinness here, and right in the top. So those things, that's the number one thing when I talk to my clients is I got to ask you your age. Then you add stress on top of that as you're getting older. You add medication on top of that. So you have a lot of things that you're dealing with. So the first thing we want to do is detox the scalp as much as possible to go in and cleanse the scalp off to make sure that we are eliminating anything that's there. But if all of that stuff and medication and things that you're going through is on the inside, we can't touch that. That's your inside. That's emotional. That's stress. That's something we can't tackle on the outside. So with baldness, now are there like things that you can do? We have fibers and other things that you can put on the hair. But when you're really, really talking about baldness, it's like you get to a point where you have to accept the reality of, am I getting older? Am I too stressed out? There's alopecia for people. And a lot of these things, y'all, are all caused by stress, medication. Those are the two number one things for scalp disorders and hair loss. I love the personal relationship that y'all establish with your clients. Oh, thank you. We do too. I think we realize that well, I realized that touching a client's head is a privilege. And being able to be their stylist that's there to style them for the rest of the week or the rest of the 2 weeks is huge. So I understand that value. So I definitely appreciate my clients, and I want them to understand how much they mean to me by coming. And like, y'all, we literally have a faith-based career. We have to have faith that these clients are going to come in every week and that these clients are going to spend money every week. So when the pandemic happened, it was like, well, they can't come in. So what are we going to do? So, as we are growing in this industry, we're realizing some of the steps that we have to do a little different. But building relationships with our clients, some of my clients were still paying their portion of their hair to me while I was going through the pandemic and didn't want a dime back. They didn't even want it to be put towards the next services. They were telling me, this is what we're giving you because we know that you're not making money right now. So that's called building relationships with a client. This one is for Kayla. We're working with inner city schools in my area. And as someone who's stuck with their passion, what is your advice for young girls that want to get into into your industry?
So I would say if they haven't been, well, I was introduced to it in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily, but in high school. It's something that I always wanted to just think. Don't go to school for your parents. I was school for my mom, y'all. Like I was her first child to go to college and complete college. I really went to school for my mom. So I was like, once this is done, let me just do what I want to do. Because I want to see mommy catch me. But
that is deep, Kayla.
but I would say, I wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't be here.
Right.
But I always say go with your passion. Go with your passion because if it's your passion, you won't get bored. Like the days that you don't want to do something, you don't want to go to class. Like I don't want to go to class. I don't want to do this. But if it's something you really want to do, you're gonna go every day. You're gonna give it your all. So I would say go with what your passion is, and not something just because somebody say you should do this, you did it, or this is what I want to do.
See, boy, I tell you, brains too, honey. Like that is deep though, Kayla, because a lot of people especially young kids do things for your parents because my parents said so, because my parents required, or like she said, I just wanted to see my mama happy. I wanted to see my mom smile that her oldest child had gone to college and, graduated college. I have a 22-year-old, and I literally told him, like, college didn't have to be on your plate. I didn't go to college. I went to the military, and then I went to cosmetology school. Not knocking anybody for doing anything that they do. I think all decisions are great decisions as long as you stick with it. As long as you stick with it. I think sticking with something for a minute. And when I say a minute, Kayla at first told me she would be an assistant. She's like, it'll be like 6 months. And I was like, you sure 6 months? She's like, okay, well, maybe a year. And even as she's coming out of being just an assistant and she has her license now, she's still like, wait a minute, I ain't learned everything that I need to learn. She's being a master cosmetology and still assisting in it. It's like, let me keep one foot in the door, but one foot out, but I got the opportunity to do that. What does that look like for somebody that's in another industry? That means respect your growth where your foundation was, put that foot in the door, but also continue to do what you're doing on the outside. But keep a balance because you never know, she never knows who's going to sit in this chair that's going to say, Kayla, I done came across a gazillion dollars and I need to bless a young person to open up a salon. You never know what somebody's going to come across your path and do. But her energy is to let me stay focused and continue to still grow. And I think ultimately trust the process.
Yeah, trust it.
Because I know it was probably hard in the beginning. Trust the process. Oh, adapting to the process. Let's talk about adapting. Kayla has had learned how to adapt. Kayla has a 3-year-old, 4. How does he?
4.
He's 4. He's 4 now. How does that work, Kayla? Wow, you have a child and you're an assistant and you work?
Yes, I work. Balance, timing, schedule. Put yourself on the schedule.
And a village.
Yes, and a village. Oh my God. Carter is in sports. So, well, as the client said, Carter has a very good social life. So it does take a village, having a village, and as well as scheduling. Like, if it's a priority, like my child is a priority, my job is a priority.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to know how to balance. But you told me that.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh.
How to balance. See that?
Yeah, it was hard I was 23 with a baby. Yeah. So that's another thing. See, we got something in common because you're 27. Cameron was 4 when I was 27. So I had to learn how to balance my life, but also how to use my village. But my village didn't mind assisting me or helping me because they saw my grind. They saw my growth. They saw where I was going. So as long as I was showing them my growth, they were willing to assist. And I think I've seen that since you've been here. Like, even and no shade, no tea. She's gone through baby daddy drama like I've had, and I'm saying with the kid, no, somebody not picking up the kid, and she looking at me like, oh, Miss Crystal, I gotta get ready to go. And I'm sitting like, well, shoot, we got 5 people. She be like, hold on one second. She go to the bathroom. She come back and say, okay, I got 2 more hours. Like, making things happen because you have to do what you have to do in a job situation. It's just that, but not just a job, it's a career. Because job is just above broke, and we're not just above broke. No, we're not just above broke. So let's see. I know Instagram is about to shut off in a minute, but I wanted to also, y'all, just congratulate Kayla. I am so excited about this young lady and how she is going to help me in my facility, how she is growing. And I wanted to make sure that she received her flowers today. You see her nice balloons and everything. But I also wanted to gift her with something else.
You always got surprises.
I do. And this is the Ace2 Pro. All the flat irons, but y'all,
Miss Crystal.
let me show y'all now. Let me show y'all how we do this. Because when you gift people, you can't gift them nothing other but the best, right? So now Kayla is now a master cosmetologist with the black onyx. All the stuff that I use,
You're gonna make me cry. Oh my God.
she got it all. She got it all. She got it all. She got all the stuff that she needs to get herself together and become a master cosmetologist with more stuff in here. But I just wanted to let y'all see that. So I know Instagram is about to cut off in like a couple of minutes. So let's say bye to Instagram, but we're going to continue over here on Facebook. But I appreciate y'all so much. Boom. So Facebook and YouTube, yes. So
I was just saying, like, oh my God.
what you saying?
I need to put this money aside so I can get me some more product. I mean, some more tools.
Well, you don't have to put no money to the side. There's your gift, honey. Yes, ma'am.
I literally just said, I need to figure out what to get the minis to hit the hairline.
I got you the minis, boo. You got the minis in here. You got the micros. You are more than welcome. Like, when you are bringing someone up, y'all, when you are appreciating someone, you have to get them the best things. And everything that she has, I have on my station. And I know she's going to be great. So I had to make sure. Yeah, I already know these the bone flat irons. These the bone flat irons. These the, yes, to another level flat iron.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
literally just said that stuff.
You're welcome.
Oh, when I see him, I said,
Girl, yes, that's what I brought him in here for, is for him to give you this. And he blessed you with some more stuff in there and some combs and stuff. But this is what we use, y'all. Take a picture. Okay. So, y'all know he's in video. I mean, photo mode. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, Kayla. Y'all, I am so blessed to have Kayla as my assistant. I'm so proud of her. I know she's going to be great. Any last words, Kayla? Let's continue it, Kayla.
Yes, and you gotta be like, when I tell y'all, this Crystal has gotten me so uncomfortable, y'all. Like, she don't put me in an uncomfortable position, but it was all worth it because I feel like if you're very comfortable, you're not gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna get nowhere, and I appreciate you for always making me uncomfortable. It's not like in a bad way; it's a good way.
I love it. Let me tell y'all, she learning like me, boy. That make you smile on the inside. When your little protege says, "I like being uncomfortable." Yes, uncomfortable means change, and uncomfortable means growth. So I'm so proud of you. I can't wait for your next journey. I'm just here for you, and I thank you. I thank you all so much for joining in tonight, as I wanted to give her flowers out loud to everybody, and to just show people how you need to appreciate the people that help you. And to we wanted to dig deep into what's going on with the salon, and you heard how she went from not wanting to be an assistant to how being an assistant was great. And y'all just look out for us, because we're going to be doing some stuff with that. We are learning as we go and continue this podcast step by step, and each time it's going to get better and better. So I thank you all for joining us again tonight. This has been an amazing night, just to be able to bless my assistant with something great and give her flowers while she's here and not wait. Thank you all for joining us again. Straight from the chair, and we're out.